Jarrett, I guess how much did you lean on guys like Liam and Tommy and Rob to kind of walk you through your decision?
Yeah, I pretty much talked to all those guys. I even talked to Nick Martin as well, just asking, what their experience was coming back for a fifth year. I mean, pretty much the general consensus was that coming back for fifth year, only have to get better. Really, I mean, for me, a big concern was risk of injury. Of course, I had a serious one the year before, but I mean, put it in perspective that, I mean, such a small, freak thing that happened that, I mean, it's really not that, really not that big of a deal. So once I kind of reassured me and kind of think about all, other great O-linemen that come back for a fifth year here, I kind of knew that was the best thing for me to do.
And then what part of your game do you kind of want to focus on this year?
I think just being more consistent, like a dominant player on a consistent basis. I think I showed flashes of that, had it, but I think just doing it all the time now and kind of reinforcing that to other guys in the group and the rest of the offense. That's like the next step I need to take.
And then there's a couple early enrollees on campus now. I guess obviously it's been a couple weeks, but what have you kind of seen from them so far?
And for them, they come in. I mean, they're kind of quiet right now. They don't really know much about us, or we don't know much about them. But they come in, they work really hard, they take the coaching well, and they come in just the right mindset and attitude. And that's that's the only thing you can ask for. Guys come in, early January. It's hard. It's a hard transition for them, but they embrace it and do a good job.
Jarrett, how big of a factor was Coach Freeman in your decision to come back?
Yeah, I mean, talking to Coach Freeman, honestly, love him. He's a great guy, and super personal. He's cares for all of us. Not just what we do on the field, but also off of it. So if you want to work with him another year and see what things change or what he does during spring and summer workouts and fall camp through the season, it's really exciting. Something that I'm proud to be a part of.
How excited are you for the first full year where Marcus Freeman will be the head coach of Notre Dame football?
I'm pumped. I mean, I think he's doing some great things for us. I think he has a lot of excitement around the program, and he brings the juice every single day. Whether it's at workouts, watching us, or practice, things like that. So I'm excited.
A lot of experience coming back on this Notre Dame team. I think some of the previous players who have spoken today have pretty much agreed that there's been a consensus between players who always said, "Let's run it back." Were you pretty much involved in that same conversation and kind of getting those players to come back like, "Hey, let's try and go get one this year"?
I didn't really talk to those guys a ton, honestly. I really didn't make my decision until probably like 2 days before classes started because I really didn't know. But once I saw those other guys start to come back, I'm like, hey, I'd love to, come back, Foskey, Braden, the twins, all those guys that decided to come back for another year. I mean, to be able to work with them is really exciting. We have a lot of experience and a lot of good leadership.
We'll go to Zoom. Len Clark, go ahead.
Junior, if you can't talk about the dynamic of the offensive line as opposed to last season, the optimism of the upcoming season, and the coaches.
Yeah, I think with this group, I mean, we lost Kane, who's a great guy, but we have a lot of experience coming back. I mean, Blake, Joe, Mike, Zeke, Andrew, all those guys, Josh, all those guys come back with experience. It's not a young group anymore. These guys have been able to play some big time games, so we're gonna be counting on them. They're gonna start mature, being leaders, things like that. So I think it's exciting to have all those guys and really just build another year, bonding with them on and off the field.